Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, I have been shopping at shopmissa.com, and no, this video is not sponsored. They ain't pay me. They sure as hell won't pay me. I bought all these items myself and I wanted to pretty much haul them for you guys. I do have a entire makeup look based on these products and I will talk to you guys more about it. I will have a tutorial for this look if it doesn't end up extremely long and disastrous, because I'm trying to keep my videos under 20 minutes because I know people got stuff to do. So anyway, I'm just gonna talk to you guys about everything I bought. First things first is this beautiful choker that I have on around my neck. Today it's a nice little pleather choker. It's really pretty. It's got some bling. I find it really sexy and I'm like in love. It's very comfortable. I sneezed and didn't choke myself, which I like. I do love it. The second thing I got was these earrings right here, and they're supposedly hypoallergenic, made in Korea. These are lead and nickel compliant. It's 14 karat gold and white gold plated. I don't know how much I believe that. They feel a little flimsy. Me popping them open was really easy, so I might have to tighten the clamp a little bit. But I'm really enjoying my larger hoops, and I thought these would be a lot larger, but these are really nice for like everyday hoop, which to me, this is an everyday hoop. But I'm also Latina. I'm from the East Coast. We like the hoops, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as accessories go. I'm not very happy with every product that I picked up. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. In my tutorial, you will see me get frustrated, and I will explain to you exactly with what products I got frustrated with. So I spent $35 even, so I got 35 products, and after you spend $35, you get free shipping. So that's why my threshold was. So first things first, I don't even know where to start. Picked up some sponges and they come packaged like this. I picked up a beauty blender kind of dupe, which I can't find, and it's this huge bad boy right here. Clearly I used it. Not something I would use for blending under the eyes, but I did use it today. I toughed it out. I did end up kind of kicking in my own beauty blender. They're both still wet. This is the OG Beauty Blender Pro, and this is their Perfection blender, or whatever it is, Wonder Blender. This has a different consistency to it. It's still very soft, but it's not the same consistency as the Beauty Blender, so I'm not like wowed by it, but it is a really good sponge. Definitely recommend it for someone that just kind of goes through sponges really quickly. This is great for pressing the foundation, but I need this to be a little bit more pointier as far as getting in the inner corner of the eye for me. And I also picked this little thing up, which was also in a packaging like this, and this is the AOA Studio, I'm assuming, beauty blender holder, and it's silicone. You can squeeze it. I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable with having it like that while it's wet, so more likely if it's wet I want the air to circulate, so I would put it like this for it to dry so that you don't get any buildup of mildew. I also picked up another Wonder Blender in a different shape. This is the shape very similar to the Real Technique sponge, which I have somewhere around there. The consistency of this feels very cheap. It's very hard when you are squeezing it when it's not wet, and I'm sure this thing is going to become really huge when wet because it was about the same size, and look how much it doubled up. So I do like the angles like this. This looks like it might be a little pointier, but it might widen on this section, so I'm not sure how that's gonna be. I picked up these, which I didn't even use, this eyelash applicator, which I thought would be really easy for me, a little bit better for me to have in my kit. I do use tweezers when I apply lashes. I do use a lot of individual lashes, so this might not necessarily be the best for individuals, but I've worked with less. Now onto this right here. I picked up this C'est La Vie eyelash adhesive. This is the weirdest adhesive I've ever used on anything, on anyone. I'm so confused by it. It is clear. It says easy applicator, no mess. That's bullshit because it started bubbling up. Let me actually see if it does it again. When you go to use it, let's focus on this. You see how it just drips out? Like, it's almost like the weirdest thing. It kept making bubbles. It droops out really funny. It's very watery. It says it's waterproof, but it's got water. It's a water-based product, so I'm not sure how waterproof a water-based product is. Wipes off the hand really quick. It takes a shit ton of time to dry. It does not feel good. I picked up these 2 brushes. They were out of stock, and then I ended up picking them up. I wonder if this still has product in it. This brush, amazing for highlights. I did it with the highlight I have on today. $1. This is the F19 AOA Studio brush. I got 2. Can never have too many brushes. This brush is soft, phenomenal, no shedding. I mean, it's got quite a bit of product on it. You definitely can use that for your highlights. You can use it for your brow bone. You can even use something like this to contour. And if you have a smaller face, or if you like to powder around the nose area, this is a great multitasking brush for under the eyes. I think it would be perfect. But personally, I'm a highlight whore, so this is something that I would use. I use my beauty blender for the most part for under my eyes. So this is probably one of my most favorite items. Let's just hope these are sturdy enough and that will last a few years. But for $1, I don't mind kind of picking a few more up of this. I'm going to tell you about everything I'm not wowed by, because there's quite a bit of stuff here that I'm not wowed by at all. The next thing I picked up, and it came in a little box package, is the I don't remember what brand this was, but this is their eyeliner, and it's the only eyeliner I think they had that was a cream pot liner. This shit is not waterproof. It actually is still wet on my eye. I smudged it earlier, and it was like almost World War III, so I took the brush and kind of cleaned it up a bit. I still have eyeliner on this brush. It isn't dry. It isn't dry. It isn't dry. And I know cream liners like the back of my hand. This has glycerin as one of the ingredients. I knew right off the bat that this is not something that's waterproof, and it's not something that I would recommend. I do have it on my waterline right now, and I'm sure that if I touch my eye, it's just gonna come right out. The next products I picked up, I'm really looking like I don't like anything, but there are things here I do like. The next product I picked up was this Amuse 3-in-1 foundation stick, and I picked up the shade Toast. Now, this packaging is cheap. You see it coming out of its packaging like so. So you just push it back in, and you can just twist up the rest. You get a good amount of product here. But in my tutorial, you'll see that I actually wiped off all the remnants of it. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. And you'd think the shade Toast would be a deeper medium shade. This is the shade Toast. Now this is me building it up to my skin and not blending it, and it looks like I have coverage. So then I'm gonna let me just take my sponge that I used today, and I'm gonna go in and blend it. The moment I blended it with my brush and then pressed it in with the sponge, it did nothing for me. It feels like a moisturizer. It looks like I have nothing on my hand, to be honest. I just smudged the remnants of my eyeliner to it, but you can still see the lipstick shade that I swatched earlier on there. It's almost as if I'm applying a tinted moisturizer, but it's not even that. It almost started sinking into my fine lines, like around my nose. It was just, I was willing to work with it up until I put on this right here. This is the AOA Wonder Cover HD Concealer. I also have the AOA Wonder Cover HD Concealer in Peach, which I felt the consistency of this was a little bit more wetter, but I worked with it pretty quickly. This right here, I let it sit for like a millisecond, and no, to be honest, this feels way more, I mean, look at the pigmentation is there. I actually have this on my inner corner right here, and then I just dotted it, and then I used my beauty blender or the blender to blend it in some more. So this right here, this peach concealer, it's almost like a very salmon based concealer. It's almost like pink, like it's peachy salmon, like it's very, like, you could definitely see it. There's some pigmentation on this. If you have darker skin, this will probably be a good corrector. Now I'm going to show you guys something. You see this? I'm trying to blend it. You still see the line. So I'm trying to blend it with my sponge. And like this right here blended beautifully. And you see the strip of, like I'm digging in here just to blend it out. I could not tolerate it. It actually started creating crust on my fine lines. On my old ass fine lines. And I could not take it. You can see the texture on my hand way more than you can with the, I mean, the corrector shade is meant for just that, for being under the skin. I need to wipe this off. It has a scent to it, almost like a floral sweet scent to it, which I don't really think something that's around my face, under my eyes. Like the peachy concealer shade is no joke. It's not coming off. This was no joke. I could not blend it. I had to use my Sigma F86 brush in order to like pull. I was pulling under my eye. If you guys have seen any of like my videos, I don't like the tugging under the eyes. I already have a little bit of wrinkling. I don't need to cause any more aging to my eyes. I don't like being rough under there. It's the thinnest your skin is around the eye, so you have to be very gentle with it. I had to take everything off and wipe everything off and start with a good base, and then I could work with the rest of the items that I had. All right, so those were like really a lot of duds. Those were quite a few duds. When it comes to my skin, I am a little bit more particular on that because it sits on the skin and absorbs into my fine lines, my wrinkles, and my pores. So you gotta be a little bit more mindful of that. And I also have to consider that this was $1 and I should not have expected diamonds, okay? I picked up a few brow products. I picked up 2 of the Amuse pencils, which is this one right here. It comes in a box like this. This is the one that I used today on my brows, which, you know, they look pretty good. Now, it's one of those thicker ones like the Anastasia ones that came out that were a little bit thicker. And to be honest, I actually warmed up to it very much because I do have full brows. This is in the shade Soft Black, which is very neutral and soft and just perfect. It wasn't like no warmth to it. My brows look very neutral. It goes beautifully with this wig I have on today. Now, this has a spoolie. I really love the feel of this. For $1, I'm not even gonna complain. If you have oilier like brow areas on the face, I'd recommend, you know, it's $1. Hey, go for it if you want to risk it. The other one I picked up was the Santee Eyebrow Designer, and this one's in the shade Just Black. I haven't tried this one yet. It does have the spoolie on one side. It has the solid, okay, this came out of itself. It's broken already. I also picked up the Amuse Cosmetics Tinted Brow Gel, and this one is in, this is supposed to be charcoal, but it doesn't tell me on here at all. Now this right here, I'm not too fond for it. I think I could use this as a mascara. You see that? That's very dark. So what it did was it actually tinted my brow hairs, which I find would be nice if I don't want to fill them in. But the brush itself, that looks like my hair. Like my wig right now. It is a charcoal shade. I feel like the brush should be smaller. So I'm not sure what I would do with that. So let me go ahead and wipe it off. It doesn't wipe off that easy, which is good. I picked up a few lip liners. I picked up the shade Hero. I was looking for something warm, which I did use to line my lips today. This one's Hero. It's more of a pumpkin shade. It's really pretty. This is from the AOA Studio, which seems to be their line for Shop Miss A, and this one's in the shade Faded, which is right there. Now this is a very pale color. It's a color that I would just use to line my lips when I'm using a color that maybe I don't have a match to, but I just need to line my lips so that it doesn't bleed out. I picked up a few lipsticks. The first shade I picked up was from the AOA Studios in Faded as well. The lipstick and the lip liner are 2 different shades. This lip liner is more of a pinky neutral, and this is definitely more of like a grage. I don't know, like a grage. Yeah, a light grage, which are colors that I love. So naturally, I love it. This has like a sweet scent, but it's a sense of nothing sweet. I don't know, it's weird. This one right here has a smell. This is the one that I have on today. This is from the Amuse brand, and this is in the shade what I'm assuming is 6. I don't like the smell. It smells like funky cherries, like as if it was supposed to smell like cherries, but the smell is like not good. So the next lipstick shade I picked up was from Truffle. It's the shade Truffle, and this is a Wonder Metal from AOA. This color is beautiful. I think I could have gotten away with wearing this as well today. It would have been a lot of metallic on my face because my eye color is very metallic, but it looks very similar to what I have on today. There's 4. I'm not sure I like this one too much, but with a brown lip liner I could make any pink look good. I don't really like pink lipsticks. So this is the LA Girls Pout Lip Gloss Matte, and this is in the shade Let's Kiss. I was looking for a nudie peachy shade and I could not for the life of me figure it out because swatches are so unpredictable online, and I'm not sure I like the formula. It looks like it's streaky, and I'm not sure. I don't like the color. The next thing I picked up, which I actually used again after I set my skin with it and didn't like the way the overall look was, this is the Clonista Pressed Powder. This is 7001 Fair. Extremely light, but it did nothing. It did not add any color to my skin. Like, I was able to blend it and you don't see anything. So it was really nice to just set my foundation with it. My skin feels good. It feels natural. It's not cakey at all. Overall, I like it. It feels fine on the skin. It's very finely milled. I picked up a glitter liner and I haven't used it yet. I don't know how to use it. I can't use it today. But this is just a Santee brand glitter liner, and I don't remember the color. I think I ripped off the packaging. So I thought this was pretty cool. This is good to add to maybe like a black eyeliner to add a little bit of shimmer. This is a clear base. Okay, so this is something that if you're doing like a smoky eye, you could probably pop this on the inner corner or pop it in the center of the lid and get like a really good sparkly look. This has flecks of blue, red, this is yellow. Like, I thought this was, I forgot, it's like cosmic or solar or something crazy. I'm not sure how it dries. I'm not sure if you can build it up as it dries or what. But right now, I'm like swatching it on my hand and it's kind of scattery. So I'm not sure if I would use it specifically for, it says Crystal Shine and Ultra Smooth. Not sure how I feel about that because I like my liners to be matte. This is one other thing I could not stand. It did nothing for me. This is the Amuse Concealer, Multi-Shade Concealer Palette. I thought this was going to help me out in some way, shape, or form. This is very creamy. That is very like orangey. Like, that's a corrector shade kind of. I used this one on my face to try to conceal. It was a little too light to conceal my pimples. And then when you blend it out, it's almost like you have nothing on. So it really did nothing for me. I didn't use these shades, but to be honest, that was like a waste for me. That's a really pale white that you can use as a highlight. Or like a lavender. This is like really creamy. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, it just, once you blend it, it goes away. Like, there's nothing there. Not sure, I just didn't like this. The first ingredient is mineral oil, so it's gonna clog your pores. So the next thing I picked up, which I thought would have been like top-notch amazing, and I do have it on my face today, and it's this Contour Makeover Essentials Contour Kit. It came packaged in like, you thought this would be something expensive. On the website, they made it seem like this was like a $50 product, and they slashed it to $1, and that right there, you're like, what is this, Wish.com? The palette itself is aluminum. It's not magnetized. It has these little plastic hinges that if you break, you'll just have a loose palette. It has a full-length mirror. It's a cheap mirror. As you guys can see, there's some dust on there. It came with a booklet that showed you how you should contour with the shape of your face. At the end of the day, this is something that was alright. It does come with a really nice brush. I was impressed with the softness of this brush. I put it against my face. I thought that was really cute. So this is great for travel. This is for minimal makeup and for nobody darker than me, because as you can see, like, well, first of all, that pimple is being a bee. So it's very, it'll actually almost oxidize on my skin. I feel like it looks warmer down than it did. I'm gonna go ahead and like clean off my fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this for you guys. So this is like a cool pinky shade. You don't see that on my finger, huh? Whatever. Potato, potato. Anyway, so So I picked up 4 eyeshadow shades. The first one I picked up was the Santee version palette, and this one is in 02. I don't know. These shadows right here are dope. I have most of these on my eye today. I have this one right here. I have this one under my lash line, wet. I also put it all over my lid, and then I mixed these 2 shades together to get it all over the lid. And then I just mixed this shade to put right in the center of my lid to give me that extra pop right in the center. And I actually like these shadows. They're very, they're thick though. The next shade I got was from Amuse, and this is the Mix 2 shade. And I used these shadows as well, but they're very similar to the 2 that I already have swatched. So I went in with this one, and then I went in, actually no, I went in with this one right here on my, like right here on the outer inner lid. I definitely got the smokiness that I was looking for in, but I guess I was expecting more pal. Of course, I recommend that you might have to use these wet in order to get that shimmery look out of it. This shade right here I didn't use, but it's actually really pretty plum. It is like a satin, but as you can see, it's almost like it's so deep in the pan in the swatch, but this is something you'd have to build up, as you can see. This one right here I used on my crease, which was really pretty, but very, very faint. This has a soft florally scent as well, and I don't know if I appreciate that. Next palette I picked up, which I actually used for my wig today as well, and I used on my outer V and on my crease, is this one. This is the same palette from Amuse, but it's Mix 3. As you guys can see, I wet the brush for my wig, and it probably messed with it. So you might have to scrape up that top. But whatever. That's the black. Not very pigmented. The brown, I used the brown first. It did nothing for me. I could have just used that as a crease shade. And then I went in with the black. And I also went in with this one, which I really like. But they have a florally scent to it, which I don't really think that's appropriate for things that go directly on the eye. Anyway, the fourth shadow palette that I picked up is also from Amuse. They were the ones that were catching my eye. And this one's the Mix 3 palette, but this is from another collection. It's a 6-pan palette. These 2 colors are gorgeous. I don't know how they're going to sit on the eye, but I'm sure that you see me pressing it. I have no room. No room. That's the purple. It's a little powdery, but I think with a little bit of water, it'll set nicely. This is that royal blue, which I think is pretty. I'm doing shitty swatches now. I used this color first on my crease, which I thought was perfection. It was really beautiful. It's perfect. I didn't use this one. Oh, that's cute. That's a good all over the lid shade under the brow bone. And I didn't swatch this one. Okay. I mean, they're powdery, but I'm sure you could pack them on and it'll make them work. These will be great for like a nice pop of color on a neutral eye, which I think they got the neutrality down here and they have the pop of colors right there. So I think it's pretty dope. I mean, it's inexpensive. I've had dollar store palettes before. I wasn't like super wild and impressed. The fallout on these was ridiculous. They fell out mostly on my face and barely went on my eyes. So, I mean, for the most part though, they're really, really beautiful. So last but not least, I picked up 4 highlighter-like shades. I picked up 2 baked shadows, which I wanted to use as highlights. So I picked a pinky one. This one is Seashell. And this one is Creamsicle, which I thought was really cute. These are colors that I would highlight with tenfold. Now, I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm rubbing. There's the swatch. There's the swatch. You really don't get much payoff on it. I know you would have to use these wet. These close and open a little bit better than the highlighters I'm going to show you guys. This is in the shade Seashell. It's really dry. I don't know how much most baked products are. And I'm rubbing. Like, I feel like I have to rub in order to get payoff. As you guys can see, as I slid my finger through it, the center of it is kind of missing. And then you could kind of dust it away. Which, in a sense, it kind of looks ashy. But I think if you wet them, you might get a better effect from it. You might get more of a how. Okay, so those two were really nice or whatnot, but I'm like, I haven't used them on my face yet, so I don't know. But these right here, these are the actual highlighters, the baked highlighters. This one is, I had to actually keep it open. This one, the pan moves. This has a very dry consistency as well. But that's that one right there. And I automatically, as you can see, the swatch is non-existent. But that's what I have on my inner corner because I automatically went in with my E36 brush wet and took that, and it gave me the perfect pop of color that I needed. These are a pain in the ass to open and close. For $1, what do you expect? I could probably depot these and put them in a palette. This one is in the shade Cupcake, and Miss Cupcake is what I have on my cheeks today. And it's funny because as I swatch these, there's not much Kerpow to it. Well, it's a little bit more with this one, but with the brush, with this brush right here, girl, I was like, yes. I was like, hi, how are you? How you doing? Oh, aren't you glowy glamorous? It's really beautiful. It's really pretty. And then I went in and wet the brush a little bit, and then I applied another layer because I needed a little bit more oomph. And this is actually going to be probably my favorite shade because it's like pinky, but not like stark pale. It's like really beautiful. And it's my stripper name Cupcake, so we're gonna go with that. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for my Shop Miss A haul. I know that this is a long haul. I hope you guys stuck around for the whole thing. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll also have the Shop Miss A website linked down below. Again, this was not sponsored at all whatsoever. I can actually have done without a lot of these products, but this choker though is dope. And overall, I really do like the way my eyes came out. I do not like the glue. Don't do it to yourself. Just get regular working glue. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video. Please thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.